Jesse James and Frank James, Billy Kid, all the rest. Supposed to be some bad cats out there in the West. But when they dug me and my gangster ways, they hung up the guns and made it to the grave. 'Cause I'm a gangster of love. Yes, 'cause I'm a gangster of love. When I walk down the street, all the chicks that I meet say he's a cool gangster of love. I robbed the beauty contest of the first place winner. Found out in Hollywood with me, eating a big steak dinner. Try to get her to go back to pick up her prize. She stood up and said, "You just don't realize that I'm a gangster of love. Yes, I'm a gangster of love." When I walk in a bar, girls from near and far say he's a gangster of love. Jump in my Wild Cadillac, cross the borderline, rope 65 girls, make them all the same time. Took 25 or 30, put them all on a freight, a reward for me in each and every state. Chef said, "You've man read," in a very deep voice. "Yes, sir, brother sheriff, and that's your wife on the back of my horse, 'cause I'm a gangster of love. Yes, I'm a gangster of love." When I walk down the street, all the girls that I meet say he's a cool gangster of love.
Look at me with the great big eyes. I start to feel like I'm getting high. The sun has got the best of me. I reaches down, kisses me. I look at her and now I see that all this was only just a dream. She looks so good, she smells so fine. She's a girl of a million dreams. She looks so good, she tastes so fine. She's a girl of a million dreams. Girl of a million dreams, yeah. Girl of a million dreams. Play it all the time. Girl of a million dreams.
Coming in out of the rain. Once I get past the pain, I'll be alright. But it takes me into the night. Can't help thinking of you. Those memories keep burning through the pages of my mind. And then it starts to rain. 'Cause I can't stop the rain. I just can't stop the rain from falling. I can't stop the rain. I just can't stop the rain from falling. Still recall how we taste the wine and how I felt your body here next to mine. You possessed me in such a way. It's hard holding my pride. Can't swim against the tide without you here by my side. And now it starts to rain. 'Cause I can't stop the rain. I just can't stop the rain from falling. Oh, I can't stop the rain. I just can't stop the rain from falling.
smiling. I go out and spend my money so they can see me smiling. I won't let them see how you brought me down. I do my crying all alone. The tears fall down, fall down. Keeping up my front, 'cause my life went bumpy bump, like Humpty Dumpty. I had a great fall. Keeping up my front, 'cause my life went bumpy bump, like Humpty Dumpty. I had a great fall. Playing games, those kind of things, can cause you so much pain. I played around with love, now I wanna hide my face in shame. Girl, you know I'm sorry, I made a big mistake. Now I gotta keep on smiling, even though my heart aches and aches. Keeping up my front, 'cause my life went bumpy bump, like Humpty Dumpty. I had a great fall. Keeping up my front, keeping up my front. Ooh, baby, I had a great fall. It just ain't no excuse, 'cause I let my love run loose. Now I wanna make it up to you, but I guess it ain't no use. I played around and I did the town, girl, till you put me down. Now I can't let nobody know that I'm the world's biggest clown. Keeping up my front, keeping up my front. Ooh, baby, I had a great fall. Keeping up my front, keeping up my front. Ooh, baby, I had a great fall.
Wanna put a spell on you. Do what you do, do what I do. I wanna put a spell on you. Do what you do, do what I do. Yeah. Oh. I put a spell on you, 'cause you're mine. You better stop doing the things you do. I ain't lying. No, I ain't lying. You know I can't stand it. You messing around. You know better, mama. Oh, I put a spell on you.
Hello, I'm Justin. Just a real person doing a real comparison between Mac and PC. Come on. Okay, PC. Oh, cool. This whole thing's a touchscreen. And there's another one too. Wow. All right, and now for Mac. Let's see. Oh, you've got a little bar here. Little baby one.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Oh, where's the mute button?
Here's what I found on how to cook mutton.
Oh, no, I don't want to cook mutton. What even is mutton?
Yes, sir. What is up, everybody? How you guys doing, man? Welcome to my channel. My name is Keyse. You are watching the Keyse Review Live, baby. Let's go. Yes, sir. We got a whole bunch of stuff. Well, not too much. And thank you for coming on late with me today. I was tired. I was literally tired, guys, from last night. And I can only tell you that working late and then getting in late, and by the time I got home, usually I'll start the episode about Friday night, Saturday night. But yeah, none of that went on this week. And I'm just tired as all get up. So thank you for joining me. Wait for those of you that join me. If you're watching this for the first time, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification. It will let you know every time I go live. Also, if you would like to support me more, you can join my Patreon. Go to patreon.com/thekeysereview, and you'll be able to join me, pay a subscription cost, and get extra features. You'll be on the credits, so forth and so forth and so forth. So, man, we have some good topics to go over today, and let me actually split screen this real quick so I can see your chats. So how everybody doing today? Tell me how to chat. How you guys doing? I'm reading as I go along as usual. We got some cool stuff to go over today, guys. First of all, as you saw in that first commercial, Justin Long, the guy that used to be at Apple, or a Mac, I should say, he's with Intel now. So we'll go over a little bit of that. We also got Intel. They also some Rocket Lake benchmarks for their upcoming Rocket Lake GPU or CPU. I'm sorry. You also got Intel that unveiled their first discrete GPU from their XE line. So we're going to dive into that. We also got go over a little bit, not much, but just a little bit over the Zen 3 processor that they released based off of their EPYC data centers and servers processors. We also got Samsung that will not release a Note this year. So, this sucks. So apologize because for some reason the app updated on my phone and the buttons are super small. Now they're super hard to press. So, and I won't be able to fix that in time. So excuse me if I miss some cues. Also, besides that, we got OnePlus. They're teasing off and showing off their new smartwatch and their new smartphone. So we're going to go over that a little bit. Then to end off, we got Sony buys a tournament, e-tournament. That is EVO. Jade Raymond, who is a top prominent producer in the gaming world, joined Sony for a new independent studio. And Sony shows off their next virtual reality controllers. Right, guys? Like, it's going to be exciting stuff here, man. It's going to be exciting stuff. Now, all I want to know if you guys are ready. Yeah! And I hope you guys are ready. So let's go. Okay! So let's go ahead. We're going to change the screens real quick. And this is going to kind of suck. And why is my screens all black? Okay, let me see what's going on here. Because at least my camera shouldn't be black. Oh, for some reason, it's not shown. So show my picture. There we go. Was wondering. Okay, so let's check this out right here. And we're going to go to the next PowerPoint. And we are going to go start off with Intel news. So basically, Intel news, again, as you see right here, you got Justin Long. And let me go ahead and make sure that's clicked on. But you got Justin Long right here. If you remember, this guy used to be a Mac. So if you remember about 10 years or so ago that there was this campaign that Apple made that I'm a Mac, I'm a PC, and they had two guys. Justin Long was one of those guys. And let me actually get in the frame a little bit more because I look kind of off or this way. All right, am I off from my seat maybe? Go this way a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so this guy, Justin Long, is now in Intel. And as you know, Intel and Apple has kind of been battling back and forth on the news. Apple, of course, making their own processor. They're kicking Intel to the curve. Intel doesn't seem like they're taking that too lightly. And then not only that, Apple's like, oh, we 10 times better than anything Intel makes. So let's not go Intel no more. Let's go with, these new custom chips. So, of course, Intel's been doing a lot of benchmarks, as I showed in the previous episode. Excuse me. And they got Justin Long. So we'll go ahead and we got a couple commercials. So let's start off on how these commercials used to go. So let me go ahead and blow this on the big screen and let's show this.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
Ready to get started?
Well, not quite. Got a lot to do. What's your big plan?
I might make a home movie or maybe create a website, try out my built-in camera. I can do it all right out of the box, so what about you?
Well, first I got to download those new drivers, and I got to erase the trial software that came on my hard drive.
Sweet.
Then I've got a lot of manuals to read.
You know, it sounds like you have a lot of stuff to do before you do any stuff, so I'm just gonna get started because I'm kind of excited. Let me know when you're ready.
Actually, the rest of me's in some other boxes, so I'll meet up with you later.
So of course that was the guy on the right side. That was Justin Long. So now let's see the new video that he's created.
Hello, I'm a Justin. Just a real person doing a real comparison between Mac and PC. Come on. Oh, so you're a PC gamer?
Sup?
What's up with you? You're doing all this gaming on a laptop then?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. And do we have a Mac gamer?
No one really games on a Mac.
I know.
Cool. So that is the Mac versus PC whole thingamajig right there, and it's pretty interesting that Intel will go ahead and take just as long and put them into the show. Like, that's pretty interesting right there, you know? So, oh, hey, Junior, how you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Hope you're doing well. Then my boy Kev, what's up, Kev? How you doing? Moderator on here, keeping things all tidy in the chat. But, yeah, it's interesting to see them going to these lengths because Intel has been battling on a lot of fronts. And everybody's catching up to Intel. What was once the most dominant chip maker in the world, you got Apple coming for you, basically. You got AMD, they're still in market space right now. You got all these other companies that creating ARM processors. You got China's creating their own processors that's be coming out maybe the end of this year. So everybody's battling Intel right now. Everybody. So for Intel, it's just interesting to say, hey, enough's enough. We're going to start battling back, and we're going to go on TV with it and hire Apple's former pitchman, basically, to do all this stuff. So it's fun. It's interesting. And there's more commercials. So if you guys go on the Intel websites or go on their YouTube, you actually see a lot more stuff on there and a lot more videos. Because I think there's like 5 videos or something like that. And you guys just seen 2. But yeah, it's very interesting to see, like, Intel going through these lengths to go battle. Let me see. We got some chats. Sup? He's now annoying as that Verizon. Can you hear me now, guy? Kind of lazy. Hey, I can tell you one thing. He's getting that Intel money, and that's all that counts. He's got that Intel money, man. But hey, it's whatever they want to do. Because honestly, I think it's fun they doing this. They're poking AMD. I mean, not AMD. They're poking at Apple right now. So to see them poke at Apple and to do stuff like this and still the old pitch, man, I would like to see how Apple responds to this. What will Apple do? Are they going to just let it slide under the rug, or are they going to actually do something to compare against that? Because there have been, you know, of course, again, showing benchmarks for the new Apple M1 processor. Of course, we know about the M1X or the M1 Plus, whatever the next gen processor is going to call. We're still waiting on the iMac Pro. We're still waiting on the Mac Pro. We're waiting on all this stuff to get better. There's a new MacBook Pro supposed to be coming out with the M1X processor. That's going to be 10 times better. We just got to see what's Intel got in store. What I keep on saying AMD. Apple got in store and all that good stuff. Kevin, he is getting paid, which makes me not trust his opinion. It's beneath Apple. They on the top of the food chain. Yeah, I mean, it could be, but remember, Apple started these commercials first. So just like I saw that I'm a Mac, I'm a PC, Apple started that. So it's not beneath them that they'll be doing that. It's not under them to come and do something shady on TV to start poking fun at somebody else. So it's not really beneath them. And as far as trusting their opinion, remember what the great Dave Chappelle say. I've did commercials for Coke and Pepsi. But Pepsi paid more money, so tastes better. That's what he said. That was so funny. But anyway, I just want to touch on that. Going on, we're going to go on to Intel, or some more Intel news, as I say, because we have a couple of things here that they make the new the Rocket Lake processors coming out, and they are claiming huge performance. So Rocket Lake is their new desktop that's pretty much out with the $1,200 platform, or $1,200 socket platform, and they're claiming with their Rocket Lake S huge claims. So they're claiming that their new processor is going to have, and I'll jump to this first slide right here. So they're claiming that their first Rocket Lake S is having a 19% IPC, or instructions per clock speeds. So if you see right here as their new processor, you can just see how much that is over the other processors right there. And then you see the lonely AMD Ryzen right there. I'm not sure what kind of benchmarks they're using, but I'm pretty sure that their Ryzen is a little bit higher. I'm not sure if this is like the Zen 2, Zen 3, but Zen 3 is going to be up here a little bit. So let's not play too much Intel, but we know that you're a little bit closer. But if you compare it against the last year i9 versus the new i9, or i7, I should say, that's just crazy. Like, look at that specs right there. So if this holds true to get about 20% performance over something, that's going to be pretty cool, man, honestly. And I think that Intel is going to be giving their last hurrah of their 14 nanometer process a pretty good send-off. You have their other benchmark right here, and so some other stuff right here, single threads, multi-thread scores. They're pretty much showing higher than anybody else. Now, I will say this for Intel. Usually a single core performance is higher than everybody else's, even AMD, even currently as it stands. Usually for multi-core, usually AMDs usually take the crown a little bit more on that. But as far as single core performance, which will be mattering with your games, which will be mattering with your production, such as music, such as most graphic programs when you're not rendering, stuff like that. So that's going to be interesting to see that Intel is going to come out with something that's more powerful, that's still on for an old 7-year process. But I cannot wait until they go 10 nanometer. I really can't wait. So anyway, more Intel news. XE. So if you guys see these are Intel's new discrete cards. So for those of you guys that like to game and stuff on your PC, these are not going to be it. These are not going to be what you buy to go game. To me, I think these are going to be more simplistic graphics cards and something that's going to be a lot better as far as, upgraded graphics when you're doing raw processing, maybe some media consumption, 1080p. I wouldn't probably put it to do 4K, really. Maybe, well, they're supposed to do 4K, but I'm not sure how powerful this is. But pretty much this is their new line, and what I got here that they quietly, and which they did quietly, release these new graphics cards. So it's going to have 4 gigabytes of LPDDR4 memory, running at 128-bit bus. So it's not going to win any competitions with that specs. It's going to have 80 execution units. It is built off of 10 nanometer super FinTech. So what their technology is, kind of like their 3D printing and stuff like that. So, excuse me. It will arrive the later half of 2021. Will be available on 9th and 10th gen platforms such as the B460, H410, B365, and H310C motherboards. I don't know why my nose is getting stuffy all of a sudden. It will need a new BIOS updates for those boards. So if you have those boards and you can upgrade to these new GPUs, you will need to update the motherboard BIOS in order to run it, or else you won't be able to post. And when I mean post, for you guys that don't know, whenever you boot up your computer or your laptop, or most devices, post usually is like the software where it boots up everything, where it boots up the motherboard to start looking into and getting checks for everything, and then go on to the OS, the operating system. So this card is also made by ASUS. So you see this one. This one's a fanless one. It's completely passive. So it'll be interesting to see how this one works. And then you have this one with the 2 radio fans. That's to be for cooling. It looks like the same if you kind of look like over here, like that, like under the fans, you can see the heat sinks is almost the same. So that's pretty interesting right there. Now this one, if you notice right here by the hook, it doesn't say ASUS on it. So I'm not sure if that's going to be a reference design or if ASUS designing it. But that's that right there. The ports that we have, so you see, if you can see on this card, you have your DVI, which I don't know why they're hanging on so much of DVI. I said get rid of DVI. DVI is dead. Go with HDMI and DisplayPort, especially DisplayPort on PC. Let's just go for it. But you have DVI, you have your DisplayPort right there, and then at the end right here, you have your HDMI. So it has some pretty good ports. You probably can run dual screen off of it. I would have rather prefer them to get rid of the DVI in the form of a second DisplayPort, you know. So I would have rather seen that. But it is what it is. This is a low-end card. I don't think this is going to go on any powerhouses. This is going to go for probably like cheaper machines, budget machines, things like that. And, you know, if people want to upgrade, they have to get something more powerful. But this is the first attempt from Intel, at least in a long, long time, for them to release a discrete card. And I'm happy because that means that they're testing out the waters for their new HPG cards. And I can't wait for that because of content creation and stuff like that. Because when I build a 3rd edition of Neo, you know, because of course you guys know that I had to miss most of the month earlier this year in January and into February because my computer was down. So I had to, you know, rebuild my computer and stuff like that. And I got a graphics card, but I do want to upgrade into something more powerful because I'm doing a lot of media consumption. Of course, we're doing the Keyse review right here. So I would like to just get all that things and see what Intel does, see what NVIDIA does, see what AMD does, and go on and, you know, get a good card, which is probably going to cost a lot. So anyway, that's Intel. So some good stuff from Intel. Now let's move over to AMD. So we'll go over it quickly because I didn't do much research on this yet. I did watch the video. We'll probably talk more about this in the future the more I get some information. But AMD has announced their Zen 3 based EPYC processors. So AMD EPYC is basically their data center or their server line of processors. So we'll see a little picture of that. And then that's that. We can say, ooh. Oh. So, this is their new line. So AMD announces their Zen 3 EPYC CPUs. These suckers, the cores is going to stay the same. Threads going to stay the same. A little bit of change in the I/O die. But the cores is going to have up to 64 cores on the highest SKU. So that means 128 threads. So basically, if you guys think of it as in terms of your brains, it got 64 brains inside of this CPU, man. Like really, like that's a lot. Same like the last one. You also have 7 nanometer cores and a 12 nanometer I/O die. So if you guys see right here, these are your cores right here. So you can see they're kind of paired up like 2. So you got 32 on one side and 32 on the other. So I think it's like 4, 8. No, it's got to be 8 each. So 8 each inside of each one. And then right here, this big black thing right here, that's your I/O. So that's your input output. That's how you reach to your graphics cards. That's how you reach to your USB, your storage drives, all that good stuff right there. It will still have 128 lanes of PCIe bus. It's going to have a large L1 buffer. I'm sorry. I think the L2 buffer is the same. And that's what those, when I'm talking about buffer, is like, it's kind of like a cache. or like, you know, memory that's stored inside the processor to fetch information a lot faster so it can operate efficiently. It will also have reduced latency compared to Zen 2. So the latency that they did for it, 48 compared to 64 latency. So 64 being a better number for the processor. So they improved the latency on it. And it'll be able to function off of 4-channel, 6-channel, or 8-channel configurations. Channels, I've mentioned this before about the channels on a previous episode last season, but for those of you guys that's new, the channels is like, it's like channels of a river, you know, or your lanes. Think of it like your freeway lanes. So like, say if you have cars and you have like 1 or 2 channels, right? 1 or 2 lanes. You can't get that many cars on 1 or 2 lanes, at least not as fast. But I get 4 lanes, I could do more cars at the same time simultaneously than I could do 2 lanes. And then same thing with 6 and 8 lanes. Think of that as the channels on the processors and stuff like that. So you have 8 channels of processor. So especially in the data centers, this is going to be huge, huge, huge. So why am I mentioning this to normal people? Because this has to do with your smartphones, guys. How fast can I play your My Vegas game? You know what I'm saying? How much more efficient if everybody slamming the servers can I play these games? What if I go to Facebook? How fast can I get stuff through Facebook when I'm looking at video on YouTube? All this stuff matters, and this is why I would like to mention these processors, or at least go a little bit in depth with them, because they do help out with everyday work and all that good jazz right there. So that's a little information that I have from AMD. So, cool stuff, AMD. Now, for some sad news in our hearts of anybody in the world that loves the Samsung Note. So, the Samsung Note will not come out this year, guys. I'm telling y'all, I told y'all last season, I told you. There will probably be no more Samsung Note, or there's no longer going to be an emphasis on the Samsung Note. So, from what Samsung says, now we're hearing, or I'm reading too much. The Note series is positioned as a high-end model of our business portfolio. It could be a burden to unveil 2 flagship models in a year, so it might be difficult to release the Note model in the second half. The timing of the Note model launch can be changed, but we seek to release the Note model next year. Guys, no emphasis at all on the Note line, at all. The Samsung S21 now has a pen. So, my old Note right here, where you hit it right there, and you have the S Pen right there. Guess what? This S Pen is on the Note S20, or the S21, even though it doesn't have a port for it like the Note. So apparently Samsung still has love for the Note. It's still supposed to unveil the Note, but the Note is not the focus. The S20 is the focus, or the S21 now. Or anything on the S line is forever the focus. The only way at this point in the world I can see Samsung retaining the Note is if they start doing it like a Surface Duo type thing, where you're gonna have the 2 screens on it, or like the single screen if you make the Fold part of the Note line. That's the only thing I can really see going onto the Note, and maybe making it like a foldable in some sort, regardless if you do 2 screens or if you do the single pane of glass with the foldable glass. I don't know why Samsung just don't come up and say, we're getting rid of the Note. Like, just come out and say it. Obviously, the Note is not in your plans for the most part. It's not your number one no more. The Note used to be the top of the heap. That's why I went with the Note. That's why I have two generations of Notes. Had the Note 8 and the Note 9. I could have got the 10, but I didn't feel like upgrading and breaking my contract because I didn't have the upgrade plan, because, you know, the cell phone company is always going to get you with the installed billings, and if you don't get the right plans or you don't get the add-on, you can't upgrade your phone. You have to do certain things to, you know, break your contract. But unless you buy it outright, of course. But it's just crazy that they don't put that much emphasis on the Note line. It's like, let it go. Just let it go, guys. Like, if we're not going to do anything with a Note, it's better not to have and just focus on what's working. But then again, they could be working on the foldable. We don't know. And I could be talking and just blowing a lot of hot air right now, and then they could come up with something tight with the Note line that's going to change the game. We don't know. But it is crazy that we're not going to get a Note this year for the first time in a decade, you know. Because even with the explosion stuff, with the battery exploding or whatever you call it, we had a Note line in the next year. You know, they expanded it, you know, they redid it, you know, and they made sure the battery was safe. And we had a Note, which ended up being the Note 8, which I don't even know where my Note 8 is. I've been trying to reduce stuff, so I might have got rid of it, but I got to find it. I think, or actually, I've been putting stuff in the recycle bin. I've been recycling a lot of stuff out of my room, cleaning it up and stuff. So there you have it. No more Notes, guys. No more Notes. At least not yet. We're going to have to wait. They're saying second half of this coming up year. I doubt it. I think it's going to come out next year if they're going to do a new Note line. And are they going to do a foldable? Are they going to do a pen still? Will it be the Focus? How much will it be? We don't know all this stuff. So Michelle Williams, hey, how you doing? How you guys doing? Make sure you post in the chat. I am reading your chats. Thank you for watching again, guys. Also, if you're watching right now, make sure you do me a favor. Please, please, please hit the like button right there below on the screen. If you're on your cell phone, just swipe up a little bit. You know, don't swipe up too fast, but just swipe up and then you can hit the like and then swipe back down. And the PCs, you can just move your scroll wheel down a little bit and then hit the like and then go back to the main video. But I am reading your comments, so go ahead and comment and we will get on to the next subject. And this will be a little bit of a lengthy subject, not too lengthy. This is going to be a slightly shorter episode, so still try to keep that hour and a half that I usually stay. But one of my favorite companies so far, OnePlus. OnePlus coming with it, guys. Let me drink some water to get ready for this one. Hold on. OnePlus is about to come with it. Guys, I've been watching some of these videos. And no, the event's not for another couple of days. So I think it's on Tuesday, I believe, the 23rd. Yeah. So that's to put it on Tuesday. OnePlus, again, is taking no names. OnePlus has the potential, and I've said this before, OnePlus has the potential to become one of the top three, like Apple, like Samsung. Some people like, oh, they copy Oppo too much. Well, it's part of the same company, kind of. But we will see how that pans out, because I do feel like OnePlus stays out, because I don't hear from Oppo. I think Oppo's more on like the East Coast and stuff like that. OnePlus is going more worldwide with everything, and they're more of a, I would say they're a lot more of a social brand than Oppo. So I disregard Oppo for the most part. We don't hear about them really. We don't mess with them really. So we don't really discuss them. Here, Pete Lau has teased the new watch. Look at that, guys. That's a nice looking watch, man. Let's give a hand clap for that one. Like, dude, this is a nice looking watch right here. I like the graphics right here. So if you guys see the graphics, like if you look at the wristbands, this looks like a silicone wristband right now. And it looks like it will be a changeable wristband. I love that everybody's doing the reachable chase band, because I got a couple wristbands for my Samsung Galaxy right here. Probably going to get some more. I got like the metal band on it and stuff like that. But anyway, let's go ahead and play a couple of stuff, because of course OnePlus CEO Pete Lau had got on and basically said that this will provide seamless connectivity between the OnePlus smartphone, audio peripherals, smart wear devices, and even OnePlus TVs. OnePlus TVs? Oh! OnePlus got a lot of stuff planned, man. So, and Pete is telling a lot, especially since their other head honcho is left, which we have to go over his company probably next episode, which is called Nothing. They look like they're creating some earbuds that's coming out first. But we'll talk about that probably next week. But yeah, smart tone and even OnePlus TV, making smart controller over all these devices simple and intuitive. It will also hit an affordable price point and provide a best-in-class user experience. Now, I know that these phones has been getting more expensive because usually they started about the $300 line, I think, when their first OnePlus came out, and now they're about $800, but still, when you think about how much you're paying for an iPhone, how much you're paying for a Samsung Galaxy, you're spending about $1,200 for the standard model. So $800 for a flagship device is not that bad. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh, I'm burping a lot. Ooh. Sorry. And then he also said that he confirmed that the OnePlus Watch would not be using Google Wear OS. And he pretty much said that we chose to go with a smart Wear operating system developed based off of RTOS because we believe that it provides a smooth and reliable experience while offering a great battery life, covering some of the biggest concerns we heard from the people looking into buying a smartwatch. And that's pretty much what he said on the forums, on the OnePlus forums. Yeah, one thing with Wear OS from Google, I hear, is the battery life is not that great. I'm not sure what's going on with it, but I'm hearing that you can't last like maybe past a day and a half with the battery, maybe 2 days. I mean, honestly, most watches, if you get 3 days, it's great. 3 or 4 days. I'm thinking about upgrading my watch, and I'm thinking about going for another Samsung watch. So it's cool that they're coming out with this watch, even though I don't have a OnePlus phone. It is an option because it's an Android at the end of the day, so you should still be able to use it, quote unquote, unless OnePlus decide to do something special with the firmware to kind of force you into buying this. So it's pretty cool that they're coming out with a smartwatch. I like it. I love it, and I do feel like we're in that generation where if you have a smartphone or smartwatch is a great companion, because the cool thing is, like, when your phone is in your pocket, or like I have the Note where the phone has no external displays on it unless I fold it over and then I have my external displays. But I like to have it closed most of the time, just like this. I just love the way the Surface Duo. I haven't mentioned this enough. I'm gonna do a special on the Surface Duo one day of stuff I would like to see better or stuff I would like to see in the future one. But I absolutely love the way that this design is. The problem is when somebody call you or if you get a text, you have to open up your phone if you don't see, or phone. I call it phone because it's easier just to say it's not a phone. Microsoft said it a dozen times, but it's a lot easier to just look on my watch, even if I have the Note. Because I have this thing for a while. This is my second Galaxy watch. I've had it for a minute, so it's just easier to get notifications. All I gotta do is flick my wrist. Oh, it's my mom calling, or oh, it's Kevin calling me, or he texts me something stupid, or hey, let's hop on a game. My brother, Marquise, when you get hopping on Call of Duty, stuff like that, So it's just so much easier to have a smartwatch, and especially because, like, with my Note, I can't do NFC purchases and stuff. At least with my smartwatch, I can do NFC purchases. So it's cool that they came out with that, So, hey, it's pretty cool, man. I love that OnePlus is expanding their universe. I want to see what they got for the TVs coming up in the future and stuff like that. But of course, the smartwatch is not the only thing that OnePlus is announcing. I've actually got a few commercials for you guys, and let's go ahead and play them.
We have to reimagine the future of OnePlus and Hasselblad camera. We can't select the logo on the back of our device.
We need to achieve a very high goal in a very short time. My name is Xiaohua. I'm the department head of OnePlus camera. Biggest challenge for us is to have the consensus in between the OnePlus camera and the Hasselblad standard. Due to the COVID-19, we need to do everything online. The hardest thing for us is that we have a lot of fight to discussing what is the true color.
My name is Shi. I'm product creative director here at OnePlus. We are trying to have the professional photography experience in your pocket. Worked on countless details, packaging, the UI, UX, industrial designs, even the detail like the shutter sounds. We had to use our imagination to create something new.
To find a middle ground with Hasselblad, we have a lot of conversation that our concept about color accuracy to bring the best experience to our end user. We need to capture thousands of photos to ensure that goal.
Your phone can actually impact the culture around us. As a tech company, we can help you to tell a better story.
Yes. That is the new OnePlus 9T by OnePlus, co-developed by Hasselblad. Now, I'm not familiar with Hasselblad at all. Apparently, they help and develop like the lenses and the cameras and stuff like that, the sensors. I'm not familiar with their brand. I'll do a little bit more research on them. I didn't, of course, like I said, I didn't have time to do it last night. I basically did this episode in like 4 hours this morning, 3 or 4 hours. Excuse me, this morning. Yeah, so it's interesting to see. Michelle, Christmas gift, hint, hint. Oh, Lord. We don't even know how much it costs yet. We still in March. Somebody already won Christmas gifts. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, that's pretty much what they said. And we'll go ahead and play some slice over right here. And it looks nice. We got two colors. So we got like this turquoise color right here. And they have like an ice gray color. Let me see. Something just came up. OnePlus 9. Wait, is that going to be available here? Yes, Jania, it should be available here. The event is in 2 days, on Tuesday. This coming up Tuesday. So we'll hopefully have some more information about it next week. I don't have a lot of information, but we got a lot of pictures. So basically, they pretty much said that Pete Lau, and he's been on a lot since the other guy left. So it's nice to see the CEO come and comment a whole bunch. But they basically said, oh, actually the colors, I forgot to put this. That's the renders of the OnePlus 9 Pro in a new silvery color called Morning Mist. It took 30 steps and more than 25 days to create the final finish on this extraordinary glass. So it will be a glass design like everything else going glass. So you drop it, you're screwed. That's why I'm kind of glad that I replaced my that my Duo went down, because there was like a small little crack that formed on it. So man, I hate that everything's glass. It looks so nice, but it is so fragile, man. Jeez. Like at work, I have to baby it because you guys know I'm an auto tech. So when I'm working, sometimes I just put it in my tool cart, the top of my tool cart, and close the door because I do not want it to crack. Like I'm trying to keep it nice. But if you look at these pictures, I mean, just look how sexy that is, man. Look at that. Look at that. You know what? Can I get a, oh, let me get that. Ooh. Or actually, let me do the other one, my new one. Like, man, that looks so sexy, right?
Yes, sir.
That looks sexy, man. Anyway, yeah, he said it took about 30 steps and 25 days to do the final finish in the glass. And although users are probably aren't interested in how long it takes on the final product, as long as it's doable, we can't argue with the mirror-like good looks. Now, how doable it is with glass is going to be a different question, you know, because we don't know. We just don't know how long it's going to last. They also said that it is very clear that the quad camera set up on the back is with the prominent Hasselblad branding. OnePlus has officially announced a 3-year, $150 million Hasselblad collaboration last week. The camera system will support 12-bit RAW images and capture up to 8K videos at 30 frames per second or 4K at 60 frames per second. Hey, you know what? OnePlus do RAW on a camera, which you're starting to see more, is amazing. So especially if you like doing video editing and stuff like that, to do raw footage is going to be the best thing because it's really uncompressed. You can do whatever as far as manipulation. You're not going to get artifacts. You're not, compressing anything like that. You don't have to use extra phone power to use compressing technologies, which, if you got DSPs on the phone, that should help out anyway if you have the correct stuff in there. But, to do 8K, which I'm still not big on 8K yet because we are so far away, at least 3 to 4 years of even really fully realizing 4K, in my honest opinion. I feel like we're barely getting to 4K, we're barely getting to the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series, we don't even really talk about Blu-rays being 4K yet, like there is out there, but most people still on 1080p. But 4K this year is going to start taking a stand, and I really got to do more news on 4K and the new stuff with HDMI 2.1 and stuff. But really, I mean, it's still going to be amazing that it can do 12-bit and more bits. The more information you get on the picture, which should have a better picture technically. And to do that on 4K and 8K will be exciting. It is really, really cool to see OnePlus is really, really sticking to their guns and never settle. And actually, let's go back to some of these pictures, man, because some of these pictures are nice. Like, let's just drool over the pictures for a minute, right? Like, let's just go over the pictures real quick. Let me see. Let me go back. Yeah, the green one. There's a couple of green ones. So yeah, right here. So let's just look at that. Jania said, I definitely like the look. Yeah. And honestly, guys, OnePlus, I feel like a lot of people in the United States should start getting this phone. Everybody should start paying attention to this brand. OnePlus is there. They are really fighting. They're like the little engine that could, they're really, really going to be combating against Samsung and Apple to me. Jania said, wait, did I miss the price? No, the price will be unveiled this Tuesday. We don't know the price. We don't know much of the specs. We only know what they gave us so far. So like I said, Morning Mist is a silver color. I don't know the green color. I didn't get that information. I don't think they even said yet, but Morning Mist is supposed to be the new color, and that's the one they was pretty much talking about. And then you saw like they have some kind of special edition character right there. 3 years, $100 million collaboration with Hasselblad. And that's going to be most likely look like for their camera system, the sensors, the lenses, etc. 4K, 8K. 8K, you can do video at 30 frames per second. 4K at 60. I would say use 4K if you do anything, make sure you have a great memory card, if you can put a memory card in it. We don't know if it has expandable storage, but it looks like if you look at that picture, I don't know if that's going to be a card slot or a speaker. So then you see the quad cameras right there. So you got 2 cameras. You got like a telephoto lens right there, and then probably like something else, whatever that's going to be. And then you look like you have an LED setter right there. And then I'm not sure if that's going to be a microphone right there. But I mean, that color does look sexy. It does look like ice. Like that looks like a nice color, man. I might have to get a second phone. I may have to get a second phone. I'll be doing a lot of business anyway, so may have to get a second phone just because I like this one so much. And I mean, the images that they did. And they have been taking pictures with the images for the camera. I haven't posted them. I'll probably post them after the event for next week's show. But just look at how stunning this image is. Look at, Jesus. Like, bro, like, yes, sir. Like,
yes, sir.
Like, dude, like, that just looks amazing. Let's see. Jania said OnePlus might be my next phone. I hope so. Let me know if you get it, and please take pictures of it. Or let me take pictures. I'll come over and take some pictures of it because I'm very, very interested to see how OnePlus pulls this off. Like, it looks nice, man. And I just feel like Samsung been raising prices, Apple's been raising prices, or not even so much raising prices, but been cutting features or, battery life and stuff like that. Even though they said they could do more, but there's no replacement for a bigger battery, period. Yes, you can optimize. I mean, Microsoft proved that with the Surface Duo. I'm a big proponent. But eventually, you can only put your battery so short, especially when you're doing just like pure, like power-hungry applications and things like that. You know, you see it right there in the previous image with the, actually, let's go back to that one. With the previous image with the DSLR right there, with the Hasselblad camera right there. So, again, I don't know this company. I have to research them. They might be a Chinese brand or a European brand, so I have to check them out. Then you see like this little special design. Kind of look like a Star Wars character right there, almost. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what OnePlus does, man. And I'm very, very excited to see what they do next. So, hey, I'll have to give it to them. OnePlus, great job. Really, really good job, OnePlus. Really, really good job, man. So we'll be watching next week. Big episode. The last segment will be OnePlus. I've been doing a lot of games as our main section, but OnePlus is probably going to be, most likely, unless something really, really spectacular happens, going to be our main subject next week. Outside of that, let's go to our last few segments. And we have, of course, subject we can never stop talking about, the PlayStation. And before I go on, I must tell you guys that I might have some special news in a couple of weeks on this. So keep track. Keep watching the Keyse review of live, baby. But yeah, so we got a few news with the PlayStation, and it's starting off with an acquisition. So, and this is something that I didn't really think about at all, honestly. We have Sony has acquired EVO Championship Series. So what this is like e-gaming. So if you guys know anything about e-gaming, basically it's like gamers get together, as you see, as a sport, and they combat together. And that guy, that black guy right there, I've seen some stuff for him. That's a bad dude right there. I forgot his name. I can't remember it. But he wears like a Sonic mask. But yeah, all these guys get together and they play these video games and they challenge each other and they fight, and it's tournament style, you know, tourney. So just like basketball, just like football, you know, you beat somebody and move on until you get to the championship round and then win the championship, hopefully. So Sony has purchased these guys up. What effect they would have, I'm going to expect a lot of Sony and PlayStation branding. Of course, you see right here, Nintendo was you know, partnering with them as well for games. They also do Xbox stuff, and they have said that they will not stop doing competitions for other gaming platforms. They will still work with Nintendo. They will still work with Microsoft for the Xbox and things like that. So anybody that's interested or wants to get into competition gaming, right now is online. I believe the next event, I want to say, starts off August 11th. I didn't write the date here, but I have it for next time, or at least that they will start their competitions and everything like that. So you see, they'll usually have Street Fighter, they'll have Mario Smash Brothers, they'll have Mortal Kombat. I think they got Tekken in there sometimes, etc. Injustice, stuff like that. Pretty much, we have the. I also have the letter, so we'll go ahead and put that on the screen, and let's go ahead and blow that up full screen. And basically, this is what they had to say about everything. EVO would not be possible without the collective passion and collaboration of the fighting game community, and we're deeply grateful for your dedication over the past 25 years. We know last year was challenging due to the pandemic and the circumstances surrounding the cancellation of EVO Online and involving a former team member who has been completely separated from our company, which means something happened, so I got to research that a little bit. We want to reaffirm you that harassment or abuse of any kind has no place within EVO or any of our future events, and we're taking every precaution to make sure our members of our community will always be treated with respect, dignity, and decency to you deserve. In order to deliver the trust that you are all put on EVO, we realize that we need an experienced strategic partner who truly respects the spirit of FGC. This is why we're so excited to announce that EVO has become part of the joint partnership of Sony Interactive Entertainment and RTS. The new partnership is committed to bringing amazing tournaments and competitive gaming experiences back to you this year and beyond. We are thrilled to work with the team at PlayStation and RTS to bring you EVO 2021 online this August. More information on the event will follow. And this is from the creators of the event, Tony and Tom Cannon. So, hey man, pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff, man. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. You know, because everybody's been talking about the acquisition from Microsoft of ZeniMax, who owns Bethesda and a whole bunch of big studios. I was going to talk about that, but ended up cutting it at the end. We might talk about it a little bit more next week. But for those of you that know, all the legal hurdles has been cleared. So Microsoft do officially own ZeniMax and Bethesda Game Studios. They officially own them. So, and they did talk about it, and they was talking about that PlayStation might not get any more games. Like, you know, so I know that's gonna hurt. One of my friends, Bobby, he's probably gonna buy an Xbox, which I think he got an Xbox One anyway, so he'll probably do the same thing. If he wants, I think The Witcher, what's The Witcher? No, that's CD Projekt Red, I'm getting confused. But other games, you know, Deathloop being one of those games that I'm really excited for. That will still come out on PlayStation 5. We don't have to worry about that. But everybody's buying everybody up. Everybody's buying everybody up, man. It's nobody's safe. If you're a small little company, you are not safe. You're going to get bought up eventually if you don't become a bigger company. Bigger company got bank. You know, Sony has bank. You know, not the biggest bank, but they have a pretty big bank. They're worth over, I think, $80 billion or something like that. So they're up there. They're one of the top 10 companies in the world, I believe. I think they're number 9 and number 10, something like that. I'll review that for you guys next time. But it's pretty interesting to see that Sony went ahead and, you know, pretty interesting move that they bought up. Oops, and what is this? Ah, Jesus. Why are you doing this to me? And see, I was going to buy a new stick of RAM. Let me change this over to my face. Because I think I might need more RAM, because I'm still running off a measly 16 gigabytes since I upgraded. And I got my stimulus, and unfortunately, I was going to buy a new RAM, but it's out of stock. So now I got to wait. And somebody's like, you can't use it from your old computer? Like, no, because I got a new computer with the new processor, and I got ECC RAM already in here. So let me go ahead and reboot this sucker. I don't know why it did that. I just think it just goose off when I do graphics because there's not enough RAM or something like that. So we'll be doing that. And let's go right here. Make that big. Go back right there. And then, cool. So, and let me change over because I know I'm going to have to do this. And then we're going to have to go over here and I have to tell it. I don't know why it glitched out. Like, nothing else really glitches out. Like, I know I did reduce to low latency instead of ultra low latency, and it seems like the stream been running a lot smoother. So we'll probably leave it just low latency instead of ultra low latency, because I think I was watching back some videos and it's like choppy. And this has been smooth so far, for the exception of PowerPoint, which PowerPoint does its own thing at times. So I still gotta find out, and it could be the card, because I'm reading it's probably better with the NVIDIA card, so I might have to go back to NVIDIA. I don't know, we'll see. But let me go ahead and put this back there, and now we got our stuff back. So cool. Anywho, let's go on to our next subject, and one that I'm kind of excited for is Sony has entered a partnership with this beautiful young lady. This lady right here, her name is Jade Raymond. You guys, if you don't follow like behind the stuff in gaming, but this chick is a powerhouse. Jade Raymond is responsible for a lot of big games, believe it or not. She's actually head of studios. She was actually part of Google Stadia before they start. Well, they already suck to me. Streaming for games is not there yet, guys. Not yet. But this chick has partnered with Sony to create a new studio, independent studio, named Haven Studios. So basically, we're going to the next slide right here, and this is her again, little cutie right here, right? She's smart though. She's not just a cute face. And here's some of her achievements. So, Jade Raymond, I'm sorry. She has a bachelor's degree of science in computer science. She helps Sony with their Sony Online Research and Development Group that they created way early in the days. She went to EA, became a producer at EA Games, and developed this little small game called The Sims Online. Even, it's a little small games, just like a few million users at the peak. Then she joined G4 TV part-time for the Electric Playground as a correspondent. So G4 TV, you guys know that used to be a TV channel that would deal with pretty much mostly games and some entertainment, which G4 TV is coming back. I will be announcing that. I'm researching that. I heard about it a couple of weeks ago. I just haven't sat down and done my research on it yet. So I will talk about G4 TV. They will be coming back in some shape or form, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Then she left in 2014 to go to Ubisoft Montreal to lead one of the biggest franchises in gaming history, Assassin's Creed. She did the first two. She was there as one of the heads and as the executive producer. Then she became a producer of their new IP, of the new group that Ubisoft created, and she overseen a little game called Watch Dogs. Anybody remember Watch Dogs? I know you guys know Watch Dogs, one of the best games in the world, honestly, in my opinion. Love it. Love the second one. Then after that, she moved to Ubisoft in Toronto and they made a new role for her as the managing director of all the game studios. So just see how her ladder is just climbing up, and she's just like producer, executive, officer, stuff like that. And then she left Ubisoft in 2015 and went back to EA Games and created Motive Studios, which created Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Star Wars Squadron. She then, in turn, left EA Sports, or EA Games, I'm sorry, not Sports, EA Games, in 2018, and then she joined Google as one of the vice presidents and the head of Google Studios and Stadia Games and Entertainment. So she did that for a couple of years. Unfortunately, that was a bad time in probably her career because the Stadia didn't do really much of nothing. It didn't attract people. I mean, to me, the marketing wasn't there. And then, of course, we all know this year, Google announced that they'd be writing down. They cut all their first-party studios and just going to have third-party studios create on the Google Stadia. I'm hearing stuff that is going to be able to work on the Microsoft, Xbox, probably come to PlayStation, maybe even who knows. But, they started all that stuff. But, of course, with that news, she had to leave Google in 2021. And now she is joining Sony to form a new independent game studios called Haven Entertainment Studios. So I'm not sure if she's back in Los Angeles or what, or if she's still in Toronto. We still get news from that. But basically, she is working with Sony to create this new studio and create some magic on the PlayStation 5 or 4 or both, or the secret handheld that Sony's working on, which we'll get to next week, hopefully. But let's go ahead and why my video ain't playing. Why isn't my video playing? So let's play me videos. So there you go, cool. So, okay, so let's go to some of these text bubbles right here and we'll read this stuff. So Jade she pretty much said this. It's been a strange and difficult past 12 months. The pandemic, social injustice, and job elimination has impacted many of my close friends, family, and co-workers. All of these factors, paired with the inability to see friends and family face-to-face, led me into kind of a self-reflection cocoon where I had to ask myself some tough questions about what really matters. I can tell you what didn't matter. Google Stadia. Sorry, Google taking L's today for me. I'll keep on shooting some shots today. But she goes on and says, that I've been making games for a long time, over 25 years now. I've had the opportunity to lead the creation of 2 very highly successful original IPs and build multiple teams and studios from the ground up. Some of these adventures has been more successful than I can have ever imagined, and others less so. So, Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, Star Wars versus Google Stadia. Let me go to. We cracking today, y'all. We cracking today. So, then she has to say, several people has recently asked me, after all these experiences, do you still want to be in the gaming industry? The answer is always an unwavering yes. The game industry is where I belong. She did goes on to say, whether it's the Settlers of Catan with my kids or Valum with my team, the games always continue to bring me joy. They're a way to relax, connect, and share experiences with the people I care about. And the act of making games is, in many ways, and actually, why I'm not putting this full screen, I'm just leaving this so my face. You don't need to see my face right now. Play the thing so you guys can read along with me. Where am I at? There's also a way to relax and connect to the people I care about. And the act of making games is, in many ways, even more fulfilling. Getting to bring together experts across so many different creative fields, from music composers to concept artists to programmers. Yes, programmers are creative too, into a perfect synced orchestra that delivers new worlds for players to explore. For me, there is nothing more fulfilling or rewarding I can imagine doing. And then she goes to say, as I took shock over my career over the last few years and started to think about what to do next, I came to a very simple conclusion. I need to get back to what I love doing most and do it in a way that gives our team the freedom to explore, inspire, and create. And then they go on to say that, and so today I'm announcing Haven, an independent studio where many of our talented game developers I have worked with for the years and love dearly are coming together to do what we are most passionate about. It's time for us to refocus on games in a place where we can practice our crafts without any barriers or impediments. We want to create a world where players can escape, have fun, express themselves, and find community. We want to pour our passions into a project. We want to make something wondrous for people to experience because we believe in the power of games bring joys to people's lives, and Sony does too. Their commitment to excellence is unmatched, and that's why I couldn't be happier for their backing and support. Together, we want to create games that are a haven for players, and we want to build a studio that is a haven for developers. So, while we don't have many details to announce today, I want the PlayStation community to know that Haven Studios is already hard at work on an unannounced IP. We can't wait to show you more. Jade Raymond. Bro. I can't wait. Sony continues to stack and stack and stack. Everybody is so hyped over the Bethesda acquisition from Microsoft, and we just got Jade Raymond exclusively for the PlayStation platform. Now, I'm not sure if you would call them a first party. You might have to call them a second party, maybe because they're not owned by Sony. We'll have to see more because, again, like Jade Raymond said, they don't have a lot to share today. But Sony is backing this studio. So at minimum, they're going to be a second-party developer. They're probably really going to be first-party. It's going to be the same thing. We got Hideo Kojima. He created Death Stranding. That is a highly underrated game. And that's not the game for everybody. But I love that Sony gets these people and do deals and everything with them. And talking about Hideo, just a side note, Hideo Kojima was supposed to be making a horror game for the Google Stadia. Good thing that didn't happen. Bro. We glad that didn't happen. And we glad he didn't raise resources. Death Stranding is an awesome game. One of the games I still got to finish. I finally played me some games in the first time in 3 weeks last night with my brother and my boy Kev. But it's just amazing that Sony is just getting top talent. They had Epic Game Studios create an engine, rewrite a whole engine specifically to accommodate the PlayStation 5's hardware, you know. And now we got Jade Raymond, Beauty and Brains under the Sony banner. Bro, I can care less about the Bethesda acquisition. I don't play many Bethesda games for the exception of Deathloop, because Deathloop's about to be on for the culture especially. But outside of that, really, I don't play really many Bethesda games anymore, or really. But Jade Raymond, I've loved Jade Raymond. She is smart. She's cute, of course. And she creates great games. Assassin's Creed is very, very good game. Watch Dogs. I love Watch Dogs, you know. So it's very, very good to see Jade Raymond join up with Sony. And, you know, she about to get some magic in, like, some more exclusives with Sony. And these are not going to be like no little simple games for the most part. These are probably going to be blockbusters. Jade Raymond is accustomed to making blockbusters, AAA games, you know. And I think her time at Google CEO just showed her that, like, hey, we can try this, but we're going to really, really be making these blockbuster games. And I'm very happy to have her with Sony. So great job again, Sony. Jade Raymond. Cannot wait to see what you guys have planned next. You know, so we're definitely gonna see what they're gonna be doing next. You know, so let's stay tuned, man. Gotta stay tuned. And why is my slides not changing over? Let me see. There we go. Probably because these buttons is hard to press today. My app updated on my tablet for some reason, made the button small, so I gotta fix that. It's annoying. Anywho, we're gonna be going over to our last topic of the day, guys. So if you've been following my social channels, so Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, you guys know that we have some amazing stuff that's about to come up right now. We got some VR news. Now, Sony has announced some VR news before. They announced that they're working on next-gen VR, basically, and we're going to be seeing some information within the next coming months. This I wasn't expecting to come, because this was only a couple of weeks after this announcement. But Sony has unveiled, and let's go ahead and get a drum. Yeah, baby. Look at that. Do you guys see what I'm seeing? These are the new PlayStation 5 VR controls, and they look nice, baby.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Man, dude, they look nice. So, basically, this is what they had to say. I'm just going to read this so I can let the slide show. They said, the guy that said it is the head of, what's it called, a Sony, basically. And not the head of Sony, I'm tripping. He's the head of product development for Sony, the PlayStation brand. And pretty much he said, our new VR controller speaks to our mission of achieving much deeper sense of presence and stronger feeling of our immersion in the VR experience. Actually, you know what? I do think I have slides on this. Yeah, I'm tripping. I got slides on this. And it should be coming up next. So we'll wait for this next one. Guys, look at that. Man, let me give another hand clap for that. Let me give another hand clap for that one. That junk looks great. That junk really, really do look great, man. Woo! That looks awesome. So we're going to do this and we'll read along. So this is what Hideki Nisun, I can't pronounce his name. Hideki Nisun. This is what he had to say. Our new VR controller speaks to our mission of achieving so much of a deeper sense of presence and stronger feeling of immersion in VR experiences. And actually, let me put this full screen for you guys. It will build upon the innovation that we introduced with the DualSense wireless controller, which can change how games feel on the PS5 by unlocking a new way to tap into the sense of touch. We're bringing that innovation into the VR gaming. The first thing you'll notice with our next-gen VR controller is a unique design which takes an orb shape that allows you to hold the controller naturally while playing with a high degree of freedom. There are no constraints with how you are moving with your hands, providing that developers with the ability to create unique gameplay experiences. We also designed a new controller with great ergonomics in mind, so it's well balanced and comfortable to hold in each of your hands. We apply learnings from testing users with the range of hand sizes, as well as decades of insights from the controllers across places and platforms. The result is an iconic design that would change how VR games are played. The new VR controller enables players to feel and interact with games in much more vociferous way. There are several features, including key features from the DualSense controller, which matches our visions for what the next VR games can be. And then here they're going to explain some of the features. Adopt the triggers. So we know adopt the triggers from the PlayStation 4. And actually we got some reaction here. Janier has some awe faces. So basically she has this face. It said, that looks dope. Yes, it does look dope. And remember, I went over these videos, guys. I'm gonna put my face roll up real quick. Remember, this video that's playing in the background, this B-roll, I've sold this video before. So I knew this was going to be integral to what we are seeing now. And we're going to be talking about the features in this real quick. So let's go back here and let's read. So adopt the triggers. Each VR controller, left and right, includes an adopt the trigger button that adds a palatable tension when pressed, similar to what's found in the DualSense controller. If you play the PS5 games, you'll be familiar with the tension in the L2 or R2 buttons when you press them, such as when you're drawing your bow to fire an arrow. When you take that kind of mechanic and apply it to VR, the experience is amplified to the next level. So no, guys, Sony was already planning for this, like already. They planned for this with the DualSense and the new VR controller. Haptic feedback. So another great thing. And when I played the PlayStation, my brother's PS5, because he got one, I mean, the haptic feedback is the truth. When they say it feels like you walking on mud, I don't know how they do it, but it really does somehow feels like you're walking on mud or walking on metal. Like it feels tighter. Like it's weird. It shouldn't ever work. But anyway, haptic feedback. The new controller will have haptic feedback optimized for its form factor, making it every sensation in the game world more impactful, textured, and nuisance. When you're traversing through a rocky desert or trading blows in melee combat, you'll feel the difference, magnifying the extraordinary visual and audio experience that is so centric to VR. So now, this next thing that's going to be VR specific. And what this video is showing, finger touch detection. So, finger touch detection. The controller can detect your fingers without any pressing in the areas where you would place your thumb, index, or middle fingers. This enables you to make more natural gestures with your hands during gameplay. So as you can see, like right here in the background, like, whenever you move their fingers and, even with jewelry and a watch on, it detects your finger movement, and that's going to be dope. Now, you do have a VR system, I believe on the HTC Vive that has this. Was it HTC or was it Oculus? I can't remember which one, but one of them does it. And who knows, maybe I'll do a VR shootout one day. Anyway, tracking. And this is going to be another little telling thing right here. The VR controller is tracked by the new VR headset through a tracking ring across the bottom of the controller. So the whole ring, I guess, is going to be a tracking system on the VR. And it's going to be tracked, like they said, by the new headset, guys. Like, oh, come on, button. Oh! Jeez, I gotta fix that. That button's too small. But literally, guys, literally, this is something going to be cool because, and this is telling, because if you guys remember with the original VR, I do have the VR on my PlayStation. I love it. I was actually showing one of my business partners VR. He was playing with it. I got pictures. It's hilarious. But, dude, we don't have to set up a camera to play VR so far as we know. It looks like everything's going to be integral to the camera and the headset. Probably going to be more expensive, but hey, it is what it is, But I would rather have it that way. It makes it easier. I don't have to adjust to the environment as much. You know what I'm saying? it's just gonna make everything a lot easier, a lot more intuitive to do when you're playing this thing. The next one, action buttons and the analog stick. The left controller contains one analog stick, the triangle, and the square buttons. A grip button, which is L1, a trigger button, L2, which is that adopt the trigger, and a create button, which is, videos and pictures and whatever else Sony about to come out with that create button. The right controller contains one analog stick, the cross and circle buttons, a grip button, R1, trigger button, R2, the adopt the triggers, and the option button, basically pause. The grip button can also be used to pick up in-game objects as one example. So, just like, you see him like picking up stuff right here, actually perfect at that B-roll wrench right there. So just like you're doing that with the little stick figure, I forgot what you call that stick figure, or that, whatever it's called. So you have that. And then he goes to say, Sony Interactive Entertainment product, engineering, and design team has collaborated to build our new VR controller from the ground up with the goal of making a huge leap from current-gen VR gaming. We're thrilled with the controller we develop, but what matters is how game creators will take advantage of the features to design the next generation of VR experiences. Prototypes of our new VR controllers will be enhanced to the development community soon, and we can't wait to see what ideas they come up with and how the controllers help bring their imagination to life. And then he goes on to say, there's still much more to share about the next generation of VR on the PS5. On behalf of all of us at Sony Interactive Entertainment, we want to thank you with this journey with us. Bro, yes, guys. Yes. Like, dude, this is awesome, man. Like, this is really, really good news. Like, I'm giddy right now. Like, this is cool. I love new tech. I love video games with like a twist. This could be the best controller in VR that they ever made. Kind of like in some of the controllers, and they have the rings on it. I know some of the rings are for tracking and stuff like that, but the way that Sony made this ring, and let's see, we can go to the next slide here. So as you can see, actually, let's go back to, let's just go ahead and go backwards. Let me see, we got response for Sizzle. Oh yeah, I added that a couple of weeks ago. I added my voice box. If you guys tuned in, you're late, you probably missed what I was talking about. Added some sounds to the voice box. I got the for Sizzle, so I got that one.
For shizzle dizzle.
I got the Pharrell right there.
Yes, sir.
And then this one. So I'm thinking about adding some more, for your listening pleasure. But anyway, let's go back to the beginning pics real quick. Yeah, man. Like, these pictures of these controls are phenomenal. The only thing I wonder is why it's not colored, and it could be because this is not finished yet. It could just be like a final product type thing, like a before the actual release. So it'll be interesting if they keep this gray color, or if they're gonna go with like the two-tone color scheme, like the DualSense, which I love. Which I don't have my DualSense downstairs, but I hope they go with the two-tone because I like that two-tone color. But I mean, these things look nothing short of amazing, and I have let's actually go to full screen, or me. I do have the Move controller. So this is what we currently use for VR, which since the PlayStation Eye, if you played the PS2, I think it was, yeah, PS2, PSI, and then carried over to the PlayStation 3 and then to the PlayStation 4 for the VR. So here's are the PlayStation Move controllers. No analog sticks. You have a move button, you have the triggers in the back, and then on each one you have the select and start. And then you have all 4 face buttons right here. So, and I should have put a side-by-side slide on here. I'll probably do it maybe next week. But you have like 4 buttons on here, all 4 face buttons. You got the select buttons both on there and a little red light, whatever. Show you like this. Now, if you have the PS2, you also have wherever it is. Oh, here it goes, slid off. the navigation controller. So this did have like a little analog knob to it, and it had a trigger and L1, L2 button right there. And then you have like the D-pad right there. And then you had X and O right there to confirm. So you have these two. This didn't have tracking though, so it wouldn't be tracked by the camera. This one does, you know. It's just kind of like not intuitive, especially when you got to the VR, because the VR does not use the navigational controller. It only uses these. So you can use two of these together. So like if you're drawing a bow, you can hit the trigger right there and you can draw the blow, and then does whatever it does. But yeah, it's not as intuitive as what this new controller is going to have. This new controller is really what we're going to expect from Sony. This is really going to advance the whole gaming experience right here, you know. So it's very interesting to see Sony really took the time and took the patience of creating something like this. And again, when we're talking about Xbox versus PlayStation, I'm sorry, Microsoft, but this is why, for me personally, and apparently the majority of the people in the world, buys a PlayStation, because experiences. We have options to do stuff like this. We have options to elevate our entertainment needs. These are not just gaming. These are experiences. You know, Sony makes experiences. I would like to put it this way. Microsoft makes games, Sony makes experiences. And I think that's to make the greatest sense, because this VR is going to be more than a game. It's going to be a full experience. It's going to be interesting. Like, I'm excited to see the headset now. Everything's going to be in the headset. The camera is now going to be in the headset for tracking. You know, you're going to have eye tracking. So the inside of the headset is going to be tracking your eyes. So if you're looking left or right, it's going to maybe do the same thing in the game. Look left and right. That's going to be interesting stuff, you know. It's really going to be cool to see what it does. And how it creates with the new headset. And the cool thing is, it's going to have a lot of features with the DualSense. This is pretty much DualSense VR version, basically, you know, because it's going to have that adaptive trigger, you know. You're going to have that haptic feedback, you know. And then you're also going to add tracking in there. You're going to add finger detection in there. Of course, you have all your buttons there. Your L2, R2, R2, R1, your face button, create button, option button, of course, and then you got dual thumbsticks, which I'm proud of. That's one short spot of the Move controllers. Honestly, the Move controller sucks. I'm gonna be realistic. The Move controller sucked for VR, so I'm really glad that Sony did their research on this. You know, pricing. If you get two Move controllers right now, brand new MSRP, it's about $100. I am expecting this to be more. Probably will say about 150, maybe two, if they bundle with the VR headset. Now, of course, Sony could surprise us and not do that, you know, and then put into like a different, maybe $100 price point and surprise us. We know they are losing money on the PS5 already, so I don't know if they are willing to lose money on the controller, because this controller cannot be cheap. I mean, the DualSense alone costs about $70, so it has to be more than the DualSense and the Move controllers as a package, because you got left and right here. And then how many people will be able to play? Can I play 2 people? Can I play 4 people? You know, 4 people, 8 controllers. Can the PlayStation 5 handle 8 controllers technically, because you need left and right on each one? But then will it only handle one VR system? That's another question, you know. So there's still a lot of unanswered questions that we don't know. Is the processing unit inside the headset? You know, when will we see the headset? Will we see it next month? The controllers came out pretty quick. You know, this was pretty quick news compared to what they was announcing, basically. And like I said, I really wasn't expecting it to come until maybe another month, maybe June, for any kind of news of VR. But of course, they came out with it pretty quick, and it's pretty exciting, man. It's pretty exciting that Sony came out and was like, "Hey, you know, we know Microsoft been in the news. We here still, and we ain't even announced the best stuff yet." You know, so Sony, as usual, man. I mean, can't say anything else about Sony at this point, man. They just do smart stuff, man. They just do smart stuff. So That's Sony, guys. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, of course, that's the end of the episode. We'll open this up for any Q&A that anybody may have. So if you got some Q&A, let me know. Let's go ahead and turn up a little bit of music. Kind of slightly. So, yeah, guys, a lot of cool stuff. Of course, we had, starting off with Intel, stealing just long away from Apple, paying him some money. Got Intel Rock Lake stuff, the first discrete GPU from Intel, AMD coming out with their new data center processors. No Note this year, at least not for the beginning half. OnePlus with a hell of a soaring, and we'll have one this Tuesday. And of course, you guys know I will definitely be on it. I think it starts at, I want to say 8 Pacific, 7 or 8 Pacific, so I gotta double check the time for that. I think actually it was on a slide, or was it not? It was on the slide. Actually, it should be on the ticker. I did put it down on the ticker, so we'll be seeing. But I think it's 10 Eastern, 97. So yeah, that'll put it about 7 o'clock our time on the West Coast, for those of you guys that's on the West Coast. But yeah, man, it's just some great stuff that we've seen. And I can't say enough, especially for this controller right here. I mean, this thing is just amazing, man. Like, wow, Sony, like, thank you for creating something like that, man. And I just can't say enough about it, man. I really can't say enough about what Sony is doing right now. At this point, they really can't do no wrong about anything. I mean, we're just gonna have to see. I'm gonna need a new TV this year, 4K TV, so that's gonna eventually happen. A new space, that should be happening this year. So it's gonna be a lot of stuff for me, and it's gonna be good because we're going on to this. How can I explain it? We're going to this whole new realm of what technology can do, and we're pushing the limits of what we want from our smartphones to our vehicles, which we didn't do no vehicles the last couple of streams, but next week we're looking to do some vehicles again. But from vehicles, how we operate them. We're going to the EV. I think Jaguar just now all EVs 2025. So I'll be talking about that. I'm still getting information from that still. And then of course, powerhouses, Jade Raymond going over to Sony, making that brand that much more powerful, that much more to steal your thousands of dollars out of your pocket in order to play these stupid games, man. And I mean, it's just amazing. It's just amazing to see what happens with everything going forward. OnePlus, guys, watch out for OnePlus. Please watch out for OnePlus, man. It's just amazing. It's just amazing what everybody's doing right now. During this pandemic, mind you. We're still in the pandemic. And thankfully, the Biden administration has been making strides. We're getting the vaccines out. We got the Pfizer. We got the Modernas. We got the Johnson & Johnsons out now. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see all this stuff happening. So yeah, man, it's gonna be cool. I love it. I really do love everything that's happening right now for tech. And of course, we're gonna be announcing more stuff on the Keyse review. So again, if you guys are watching the show for the first time, please go ahead and subscribe the subscribe button below the screen. Hit the bell notification. It'll let you know whenever I go live or do a video. If you'd like to support me more, like I said, we have the Patreon as my techie. I will be announcing some stuff. I know we did some polls. Some of those polls should be in next week's episode. I gotta put them all together for you guys, so I might start some of it tonight. I might start the episode early this week since I was late today. But we'll be doing a lot more Patreon stuff. I'll be putting some more videos together. Questions. So anybody that's a Patreon, I'm gonna start asking you guys questions. We'll put the questions up on this show. So if you guys have questions and you're a Patreon, I will answer it live on this show. So be watching out for that on the Patreon site. And we'll be doing that stuff. If you guys see credits, I completely redone the credits. I kind of redone some of it but I wasn't finished with it, so I'll be doing more of it. You see a lot more credits there. Everything's redesigned, so hopefully you guys like the credits. Patreons. These techie icons going to change. I will be announcing that for the special show. It probably won't happen next week, because I got like a million things to do next week, but probably the following week after. And then I'll probably release those features after I show the techies, because of course techies gets first dibs. It basically helps supporting the channel, so they're going to get first dibs on all that stuff. So a lot of stuff happening on the Keyse review. We're going to keep trucking along, of course, and I will see you guys soon. So everybody, I hope you guys are good. Let me see, we got some new stuff. I wasn't late, been here since you came on. I appreciate you guys' support all the time. I really, really do. Great show as always. Great show. Love the new Q&A. Oh yeah, I added that. I forgot to mention that. I added that new little Q&A section on there. So hopefully you guys like it. I'll probably be doing that again with the icons on the show. So hopefully we get more people. I might try to put some more money for marketing, because I really, really want the Keyse review to grow a little bit more. We're at 76 users right now, 76 subscribers. We need to get to 100. Once we get to 100, guys, I will promise you, I will have a giveaway at 100 subscribers. I don't know what I want to give away yet. I still gotta look. Maybe some headphones, maybe a controller, maybe a gift card. We don't know yet. And who knows, maybe I'll start asking the Patreons or techies, what should we do as a giveaway? But we will figure it out. Figure it out together. But outside of that, guys, hope if you had fun, everybody had fun. Hope you guys got a lot of great information. And I mean, I love it. And the channel's just growing so much. I've been doing a lot with the graphic stuff, and it's just all coming together. I'm just like, this is like looking back at my own work and just admiring my work right now too. Like the credit is awesome. Look how much credit that is. It's like movie credits now. So, you know, hey man, I'm happy you guys are on this journey with me, and we only gonna get bigger from here. Again, thank you for everything, guys. Thank you for joining me. Again, hit that like button. Please, please, please hit the like button for me, guys. Anybody that's online right now, hit the like button. And that helps me out on the channel. Helps me grow the channel. Gets on the YouTube page for somebody that's looking for tech, hopefully. And, you know, we're going to keep trucking along, man. But outside of that, that's all I got to say. Thank you for joining me as usual, guys. Be safe. Love thy neighbor. I will see you guys next week at our original time at 1, unless something else happens. But I will see you guys at the original time. Love you guys. Everybody be safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands often. Cover your mouth, even with the mask when you cough. And we'll see you back here next week. Again, my name is Marquise. This is the Keyse Review. You guys take care. Peace. One. Later. Love y'all.
put a spell on you. Do what you do, do what I do, yeah. Put a spell on you, 'cause you're mine. You better stop doing the things you do.
Come till the fever let